All right, let me move the Xbox app out of the way. Oh no, it froze. Let's
Uh-oh.
close it. Okay. Hey guys, it's Daniel.
And Matthew, and you're checking out our somewhat impromptu video about the new Halo TV series.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what we expect from it, watch it, and see how we were wrong or right. Probably right, but we'll find out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to say the least. I'm sure we have our ideas, and we'll see what happens.
So I'll let you go first. What do you think about how this is going to be? I'm not too sure if you have heard some of the things before I tell you, like before you talk. Did you hear that the actors already said they haven't played the game?
I saw some kind of text on it somewhere. It might have been scrolling through YouTube
Yeah,
about it, but I didn't really read anything about it. But that's never usually a good sign when they don't know the source material.
and also not a bad thing to say it's not canon.
Wait, what?
It's not canon.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's I don't know if I was aware of, but huh, that's interesting. So I guess that
So
means they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do since it's not canon. Like shit.
yeah,
Fair enough.
so go for it. What do you think about
Um
what you've seen so far?
well, I watched the trailer and I was immediately disappointed by Chief's voice because I mean it's not Steve Downing or whatever that guy's name is. Downing, something like that. But that was my like big letdown. Like I actually thought the suit looked really good. Some of the locations and weapon things that they showed looked
Like the Chevy
great.
Tahoe?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I remember that, but yeah, no, just some of the stuff of it looked pretty cool. But yeah, that being initially disappointed by Chief's voice, I was like, damn it. But then also conversely excited that they got Cortana. So I mean, her look was something to be desired based on the trailer, but the fact that they got Jen Taylor, has been doing the voice of Cortana for damn near 20 years or whatever, like that's cool. At least
Yeah.
some kind of legit tie-in to the games. I mean, there's no telling aside from the aesthetics and I guess her what they're actually gonna tie in because, like you said, it's not canon, so it'll probably be an original story. So um, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that they do something big to draw the viewers in because I mean it's like the first episode.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it might have been you who told me that so far people think it was disappointing. So
Well, that's what the Rotten Tomatoes are, so we'll find out, I guess, in a few minutes.
yeah. What about you?
Okay, so when I first saw the trailer, I was a little meh about it. The suits look very plasticky to me, but I'm like, how do you do that, like realistically? Like, I think that's kind of an unfair criticism. Uh, I found out about the whole I've never played the game. Well, it being non-canon doesn't bother me because they, let them do whatever they want. New stories, that's fun. And do you really want like the series to follow? Like maybe the first season to follow the game, and then or the first game, then branch off or something. But I'm fine with it just being something original. Um, but if you have Master Chief in there, let Master Chief be Master Chief. You can't like so you not knowing the source material and not knowing how the Master Chief's mannerisms are, how he talks, like that's an automatic red flag for me. The reviews of it have not been stellar. Like granted, I like some shit where the reviews are bad, so that's not too. Um, I guess it's a red flag because it's Halo, but it's not too big of a deal for me. I just the whole management of the franchise ever since it's been taken over by like Microsoft completely has not been good. I really don't have any like sort of expectations for it being good. The reviews kind of just further that along the road. Like I don't know if you saw in our Discord today, which join up, look at our Discord. We talk Halo.
Link in the description.
One of the pro players was talking about how there's an open today, and the Halo Twitch wasn't even on. So
Yeah, man.
he was like, you guys aren't even using your Twitch. Why don't you fucking broadcast the open? And yeah, it makes fucking sense. Like, so this thing's being, this project has been being mismanaged for the past, what, 10 years?
At least.
Yeah, I don't really have any hopes for it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's gonna start going in the right direction, but I don't think it's gonna be anything great.
I mean, if we set the bar low, hopefully we can
Even
only
though it'd
go
be
up,
so,
you know?
yeah, right.
So, yeah. I mean, you and I, like we discussed on our last episode of the podcast, also probably up here somewhere. Uh, we played through the Halo games, aside, recently, aside from all the way through Reach, but we have played through it before, and so it's like we're fans of Halo. We kind of know things about it. Maybe not so much. I wouldn't say more so than like the average. Maybe more than the average like consumer person who would watch this.
Of course.
Um, but I mean, like, I don't anticipate like someone watching this out just like flipping through and being like, "Halo, what's that?" I mean, maybe the trailer was interesting enough to draw them in. But I actually was kind of talking about it with some of the people at work today, and we were like, it'd be funny if some rando person started watching it and was like, "Man, this would make a really good video game."
Dude, it's
You
the
know what
guy
I
from
mean? Like,
Fortnite.
yeah. Oh, shit. Can you imagine? Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, the
But
Fortnite guy got his own TV series.
right, give him the game.
God damn it.
And like I said, I think it's just the way the trends of the games have been since Microsoft taken over. They've been following the trend and not really staying true to Halo. And I can see that happening with this. I can see it being just a cash grab, like everything else they've been doing. So that's why I really don't have any hope for it. And then the actors coming out, like that's I'm just going around in circles at that point.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out here in a couple minutes.
See you
You ready?
soon.
See you in a bit.
And we're back.
Editing.
Yep. So we just spent an hour of our lives watching the Halo premiere on Paramount Plus. Let's see if what we originally thought was what we think now. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, honestly, there was some good stuff in it. Like, there was some bad stuff, but there was some good stuff. Personally, I really like that they used the game sound effects, like the armor depletion, armor recharging, active camo. I don't know if you could really tell any like kind of like reloading noises, but just the ones that they did add in there was pretty awesome.
Did they ever reload?
No, I kind of feel like they probably just like were throwing it like Overwatch style, like Reaper, and just
Reaper,
like, I
yeah.
need the shotgun, just this, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean there were some cool Halo elements to it. Um, I think you said it, there towards the end as we're coming up, I think on the credits that pretty much the trailer showed most of the good stuff, like within the first like 10 minutes of the episode, like that was the stuff that was shown in the trailers. Um, but I mean, the stuff that when it was Halo that we know and love, I actually thought it was pretty cool. Again, disappointed with the voice. They could have had him dub it for the most part. Like hell, even when he takes his helmet off, he could still overdub it. I mean, look at
Just
fucking
badly dub
Vader.
it.
Well, no, but I mean, look at like Vader and fucking
Yeah.
Star Wars and all that. Like, I don't know. There's you could do it. You could have done it. I feel
Yeah.
like they were just being lazy. They didn't want to spend the money, you know. But overall, I'd say if I had to give it a rating out of like 10, maybe like 6.5, 7. There was some good stuff to it. Like there was some bad stuff, but overall, I enjoyed it. But what about you?
All right. I think you're being very generous. And maybe it's just because I feel like it was very inconsistent on what the weapons would do, especially with the lore. Like, I don't want to get too spoilers, so but I'll just say, like, for one scene, I will spoil one thing. Plasma pistol, fully charged plasma pistol, blew off someone's head. Like, Does anyone ever use plasma pistol kill anyone? Like, no. The answer is no. So they took a lot of liberties, and then certain like when someone used a weapon, it was badass. When someone else used a weapon, it was shit. Like I really hated that, and that's just me nitpicking at this point. But hated Master Chief's voice. It was very like took me back to when they replaced Sam Fisher's voice. You know, Michael Ironside will always be Sam Fisher. Like, and I kind of feel that we've had what 20 years of Master Chief, and you're gonna change it on this, while even the current game has the current voice or like his actual voice. It's like, really, fuckers. The story itself, it's not Halo, dude. Like, it's not Halo. And maybe if they would have not used Chief, because Chief is an established character, we know how Chief is. We've had 20 fucking years with Chief. This isn't Chief. So if they could have done something in the Halo universe and not used Chief, then I'll be more open to it. And since it's not canon, make up a fucking Spartan. Like, it's really not like, but no, they're doing what they normally do. They just use their intellectual property and fuck it up. But they hope that they can ride on the previous success of the franchise. Overall, I think it was okay. But the fact that it was Halo with existing characters, like, it did not meet expectations.
I think that they should have introduced Cortana other than just a brief mention. Like they kind of just like glossed over it. And I know it's the first episode and they're like trying to introduce a lot of stuff, and they also want to, they had to put in some action sequences there at the beginning to like obviously appease the fans and stuff and get people drawn in. But like, Cortana is just like, to me, it's like a core element of Halo. Like she's just, I don't know, man. I just feel like just meant like a offhand mention, and again another little repeat towards the end. Like that was kind of just
that actually doesn't bother me, because they're setting up Cortana, and they even made reference to the Cortana project. So like they're setting it up. They are setting it up. So I'm okay with that. And I actually liked how they were setting up their Cortana project instead of just having Cortana there. Like, so that was really, really cool, in my opinion. But there's a lot of like just character development and stuff that's just bullshit. It's just straight up bullshit. Like, it's not Halo.
I mean, okay, you might not go into detail, but I don't care if someone's watching this. They're probably we're not going to say that this is.
We can say spoilers. Yeah, we can say spoilers.
So like I assume you're talking about the whole like Chief joke thing when she's eating.
Well, actually, I forgot about that. That was so bad. It was blocked out of my fucking mind. Well, Master Chief's a very serious person, and like he doesn't talk unless he needs to. That's how he's always been. So that's fucking bullshit that he even says a joke, and it's like nuts and bolts, like he's a fucking android. Like, it's just so
nuts,
so
bolts, and microchips.
It's just so out of character. And then like I guess him having some sort of emotion. Like, yes, he does. In the later Halos, he does recognize right from wrong, and he does go against orders. I think that's specifically 4, because we just played him recently. So I think it was 4 where he goes against the main person, like the new keys. I forgot what his name was, which is kind of like, I feel like that lady is like supposed to be that guy, the irrational like person that makes no fucking sense, that hates the Spartans. Like, but it just feels very forced. Like like her holy personality is to be a bitch.
Right.
Like that's really her character. Her character is just to be a bitch for no fucking reason, just to be a bitch.
Space Karen.
Yeah. So it's just, I feel like they have a lot of storytelling problems that 343 has in their games, where the characters are just like meant to be an obstacle and don't really have characters, or don't have really characteristics outside of being an obstacle. But the story itself is just not what you would expect from a Halo story. It's not something that you would expect with Master Chief. Like, if you want, like I said, like Master Chief could be in there, just don't have Master Chief be this person. or don't have a Spartan 2 in general, because the whole thing with Spartan 2s is that they're motionless. And that's probably what they're saying. Oh, they touched the thing. That's probably for a runner or whatever. But like, why ruin the whole what the whole thing of Spartan is? It's like I know they tried like in Halo 4 and on, they're trying to give Master Chief a personality, and that's probably what they're doing now. And they're trying to bypass the whole fucking lore of Spartans not having emotions, just right off the back. Oh, he touched some alien shit, and now he has feelings again. It's like that's just so fucking lame. Like I don't know. It just seemed so. They're trying to do something with the franchise. It reminds me of Halo 4 when Halo 4 came out, where they didn't like what Halo was, but they wanted to continue doing it, so they made COD in space. It was pretty much Call of Duty, just Halo. What they're doing right now is they don't like Master Chief as a character, but they know they need to use Master Chief to bring everyone in. So they just fucking destroy his character in the first episode.
Damn it. I'm not gonna say your assessment is wrong, but yeah, that's like I don't know. I feel like that's really harsh. Like I know I understand it. I get it. And honestly, I feel like him taking off his helmet way too fucking early. Like
But
not
definitely,
even
that should be season finale or something. Or
yeah,
like
and it
like
it
after
sets
season, and then
up.
like yeah, and
Yeah,
then season 2 maybe you see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, they even did that in The Mandalorian, actually. Spoilers for anybody who's never watched Mandalorian, but you know, he takes his helmet off too. He's not supposed to. But they have like a specific reason for setting that up. And here it just kind of felt like, well, if you want to kill me, I from my head, law.
Yeah, right. You
Like,
feel me, bro?
yeah. I mean, so like I said, that's why I think it wasn't perfect. But all of the little things that they did add in there that people who are fans of the show, like I appreciated. Like whenever the elites saw him and they're like demon, you know, like you know he's been
Yeah.
known as the demon to the Covenant for like shit probably since the first game once they encountered him, you know, or hell maybe longer than
That
that.
was
I don't
Halo
even.
2.
Yeah.
Halo 2 is when
Well,
he started called Demon.
well. So I mean, you know, it's that's a nice touch. How they had like the HUD where it shows you what weapon they have, like you know DMR on the right hand side of the HUD, and he threw one grenade. He threw a grenade, and it was such a shitty grenade throw. Like I understand the enemy
Oh,
was
yeah.
close, but he was just kind of like, eh, and it like fucking killed him or whatever. But then later on the HUD, it actually showed displayed that he had one grenade, so it's like, okay, that's a nice touch. But um, yeah, I mean, I feel like it has potential, but they need to fix things. There's some things that they need to adjust going forward. Um, I guess I just didn't have as much of a problem with it as you did from like a purist standpoint. I just kind of like took it as, you know, it's I set my expectations low, and since I set them really low, they exceeded my expectations of low. Whereas you probably set them low and they still couldn't get there.
But that's been Halo for me for the last like 10 years. Ever since,
Yeah,
they've never seen like well, I guess Infinite Beta, like which is currently still is in. The Infinite game was good until they didn't do anything else.
no new content.
Yeah, but I feel like they're trying to use the characters and not staying true to them just because they know the characters will sell. And they've been trying, like I said, they've been trying to rewrite Master Chief ever since Halo 4. So, and they said that themselves that they want to have him have more personality, and they didn't like that he was so quiet and stuff. But the whole reason he was quiet is because you're supposed to think that you're Master Chief. And I feel like they're doing the same thing here, where right off the back they're just trying to nip that in the butt and like, okay, now he's a person, he has a personality, he can think about things.
Right.
And there was a lot, like, I don't know, I felt like there's a lot of moral shit right off the back.
A lot of what?
Moral stuff, like, oh,
Oh,
like you killed my mom, and like, oh, they're telling me stuff that's not true or whatever. It's we're the fucking aliens. Like, I know that was part of the story beforehand. I just like in in the books, and I know it's not canon, so it doesn't really kind of matter. But it just, I don't know. It's I don't see that carrying on past like this season, personally. If it continues on, I know we're doing season two, but it's just so there's one colony of rebels, and then I don't know. It's not Halo.
I mean they had like the headquarters on Reach. They introduced the Cortana program. They had these game sounds. They got audio and visuals, but it's like the story. I would agree is just not there, at least not yet, in terms of just what they've done before. Because like you said, up until four, it was great, and then there's like, yeah, let's fuck this up.
I do
And
like the way the
so
prophets look. I thought the prophets are cool. I
yeah,
thought the elites could look better.
he said
Um,
your comment while his comment while we were watching was that they look like they're alligators.
I thought they were alligators at first. Yeah, like after them being around a little bit, I'm like, okay, cool. Their face kind of mushed in, like they're pit bull elites or something. But it was kind of predictable too. The fight.
Yeah,
Um,
you called it like pretty spot on. Yeah.
I
What was
don't.
I gonna say? They needed more variety, I guess. Like, uh, where are the grunts? Are we gonna see them? Are we gonna see brutes? Like, tell me it's not just gonna be like truth and elites, because I will be pretty disappointed. If that's how it is.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
they'll be there. Sniper jackals and all.
yeah, I was gonna say fucking jackals. Jesus, can you imagine? Because like, there's a scene where one of the elites gets sniped by one of Silver Team, which obviously isn't canon. It's its own thing for the show. Um, but like, I wonder if they're gonna do something similar where just like a human or somebody walks around and gets sniped by a Covenant carbine or the Covenant sniper. They just take a corner and just beam rifle, dead.
I'm curious on what weapons they're going to be using because the beam rifle doesn't exist anymore in Halo.
Oh well, then there you go. So,
So
but
is
it's
it going
not
to be?
canon, so
That's yeah, true.
do whatever the fuck they want.
Because
Can
they
you
had
imagine if the
AKs and
next?
shit.
Yeah, exactly. The humans had AKs and like, can you imagine the next episode? Fucking Chief pulls out like a Hydra or fucking, it's just like, damn. He should if he starts grapple hooking people in the next episode, that'd be legit. I need a weapon. But yeah, no, I mean it has some bumps that it needs to get over, but like I said, for me overall, I enjoyed it. Oh,
It was all right. I wish they didn't use Chief. I wish they would have just had a different Spartan too. There's hundreds of them you can pick from.
or like you said before, it's not canon. They can just create one. Like, why not create Mistress Chief or Mister Chief? Like,
It's just Master Chief with a bow on his head.
yeah, or fucking the rabbit ear, the bunny ears or the cat ears or
Fucking A.
whatever.
Microtransactions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my take.
That's our take, and we're sticking to
Yeah.
it.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll watch the next one and see where it goes. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll hear the feedback and change course in the second season.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously too late to do anything about it for this season, but maybe in season two they'll make some adjustments now that because I did find that it was kind of strange how they greenlit season two and like the general public had never even seen the first season. Like, I guess internally they're like, "Damn, guys, they're so they're jacking each other off." Like, man, we did so good. Yeah, we should have season two.
Well, that's what they did for Infinite. They almost finished the real Halo 6 before they were like, oh shit, no one likes Halo 5.
Yeah, that was such a slog.
Yeah.
Such
So
a
they had to
slog.
redo the whole game.
Yeah. Well, like, what do you guys think? If you're watching this, are we right? Are we wrong? Do you think we're assholes? Whatever. Let us know in the comments, and we'll find any that we think are worthy of responding to.
And if you think we're wrong, you're wrong.
Anyway, if there's something worth responding to, we'll bring it up in the next one as well. So yeah. So I
Okay,
guess
now, would you recommend,
go
if
ahead.
people don't have a 30-day trial, would you recommend people paying for this?
I would say at the very least, maybe wait. Because if they're gonna release all the episodes on like a weekly basis or whatever, just wait so that you can put in your trial and watch everything at once. Um, if it weren't for the fact that I was already paying for this, I wouldn't have signed up just to watch it. Like
Yeah.
it's not something that I can recommend to people. Like, yo, you should get Paramount Plus to watch this.
So I am not a Paramount Plus subscriber,
Mhm.
and this did not persuade me.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll watch it because it's Halo, and like I said, I was entertained. But as it stands right now, it's probably I can't recommend. No idea.
Well, yeah, like if you had
That's
nothing better to
okay.
do for an hour, go for it. But I'd rather go play Guardians of the Galaxy and finish that game. Which, by the way, that's a good game. If you have Game Pass, hit it up.
Right? Total side note, but it's all good.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's all we have.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this initial Halo 1 episode TV series recap. I've been Matthew,
I've been Daniel.
and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Later.